Confidence. What is it? Do we need it? Maybe it just might be a change of appearance and how we carry ourselves. Throughout the series of confidence boosters, you will take away tips, top secrets, and advice that some of the world's top achievers have used in order to boost their confidence. So grab a notebook, have an open mind, and let's get building your confidence. The inner voice. Do you know when you are at a meeting or a presentation and you think, should I ask that question? Then the inner voice says,
that is an absolutely ridiculous question. Everybody's gonna laugh at you.
Or you might have this passing thought of this amazing, incredible idea. Once again, the inner voice comes out and says,
you are certainly not worthy enough to have or create that, and definitely not qualified enough. That's for sure. What makes you think you can be so creative?
We as human beings have 70,000 thoughts going through our minds every single day. And 80% of those thoughts are absolutely negative. Can you believe that? It is scientifically proven, and there are so many researchers that have gone through that. What can we do in order to change that negative thought process, that inner voice that says to us certain bad things that change our mind? There are certain things that can be put in place, and I'm going to give you 2 of those secrets today. The first one is, how are you able to change all those negative thoughts into positive things? For example, thinking about what to wear to a particular event, and you thought, wow, I might look a little bit too fat in this, or my face might look a little bit too skinny in this particular type of color or this particular top. Think about certain things that you would want to do. You yourself as a person, not thinking about what others might think. We judge our thoughts and our actions a lot on other people's opinions, when we should really just be going with our natural flow, our gut instinct, our happiness. But too often, we as human beings always think that judgment from other people is going to determine where we are going to end up. Another example is, I'm sure you've experienced this so many times, where you're going to a function, a dinner party, or just a gathering, a family gathering, and you think, if I take this amount of food, or if I take this certain type of drink, are people going to judge me on the money that I have, how much I have, and if I am poor or if I'm rich? Just so don't think about what other people might think. Always focus on who you are as a person. Because if you're able to overpower those negative thoughts and change them into positive things in your mind, and saying to yourself, it's okay, I bring whatever I bring, or I will wear whatever I feel comfortable and positive in, because it is me, myself, and I that is carrying this person and representing this person. I should not have to feel negative or overpowered by what anybody else thinks. And another important piece of advice: as soon as that negative thoughts comes flying into you, try as much and as hard as you can to distract your mind. So, for example, you go to a section in the shop and you say, all right, I'm going to choose this drink in order to take to that dinner function. And then that negative thought comes flying in and says, people are going to think that you are so cheap, you don't have any money because you're buying that sort of drink. What do you think? Why don't you get something more expensive and spend a bit more money? Why not immediately go and put your hand on that drink and say, I'm taking this drink, or I'm taking this plate or this dish or this piece of food to that dinner function. Immediately, you create and overpower that negative thought with a positive action that has come from you. Those are two elements that I would highly advise you to think about, especially when those negative or that inner voice comes flying through to you. So there you go. There are two tips that you can take away and use today. Try it out today. Number one, if a negative thought comes into play, how can you positively talk to yourself and tell yourself, don't worry about anybody else's opinions because I am myself. And two, how can you distract your mind in order to change that negative vibe, that negative power and energy, and totally action it or take it into a positive action that you can push aside that negative thought and go for what you feel is right. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I shall see you on the next one. Hang on a minute before you go anywhere. Don't forget to head on over to CourtneyOrange.com to download your free confidence boosters.